Well, futures traders have a couple of pieces of information to work with today. Number one was an overnight sale. This time it was unknown destinations. The amount was 130,000 metric ton, and the commodity happened to be soft red winter wheat. And over in the grain export inspection numbers, this was more information the market is kind of digesting here today. This is the amount of commodities that was inspected for shipment out of the country here. And it was still north of a little over 1 million metric ton here on the corn, 1.91 million metric ton, which was higher than last week. Sorghum, 165,647 metric ton. Soybeans, 298,252. And wheat was a big increase over last week, 594,000 and some change over last week's 306,000. Let's take a look at these futures markets, and the futures provided by Bar Chart. The corn market for May down 5 3/4, but the December's up 6 cents at 4.90 1/2. Soybeans for May now at 14.5 cents at 14.16 1/2, but that's still not the high of 14.21 that we hit earlier in the day. New crop November soybeans right now are up 6 3/4 at 12.70 1/2. Then in the wheat market, July, Chicago up 3 at 6.13 1/2. Kansas City wheat, it's on the July down 1 3/4 at 5.70 1/4. And Minneapolis spring wheat is up 6 cents at 6.15. Now the cotton market has seen triple-digit gains for part of the morning, but that's backed off a little bit. The May is up 87 points, but December's still up 104 at 78.95. Here with us is Todd Horowitz with Bubba Trading. Todd, thanks a lot for joining us here on this Monday. We're off to a brand new week and a brand new month. But we've got a crop report that's the WASDE report that's going to be out here later on and deeper into the week. Today we'll get the crop progress ratings. Those start today. There's a lot of outside information influencing these markets. But do you still feel like there is an uptrend in the grains?
John, good morning. I think they're going a lot higher. I don't see there's nothing been around that has given me any reason to believe we're going anything but higher. I think when you look at the bigger picture, yeah, corn's down a little bit. It's another Monday. Corn must be lower, right? But the beans are higher, and I would expect to see buyers step in here and continue to push these grains higher and higher. Remember, we just saw a jobs number on Friday of a huge increase, which means people are going back to work, which means they'll be out more. And the more we open up, the more demand we're going to have. And that goes worldwide, too, not just locally. So I think all signs point to much higher prices.
Todd, do you get the feeling that also that there's still some concern, maybe some underlying quiet concern at this point about inflation and commodities look like the place to go?
I do think that, and of course, I mean, unfortunately, we have a model that is probably 100 years old in how they gauge inflation because, of course, when you ignore food and energy, which is probably 40 to 50% of anybody's cost, it's kind of hard not to say we have a pretty inflationary period right now, and I think it will push higher. It will bring in a lot of new money, and the continuation of trend plus the money coming around should flow into the grain markets because that is the number one alternative space where money likes to flow.
Okay, Todd, we'll be back in a moment. I want to hear what you have to say about the livestock market today. We've seen some big gains there so far. That's straight ahead. Stay with us. All right, we got new cutouts here. Time to pass those along. It's higher for the beef and higher for the pork. The choice beef cutouts up right at $4.84 at $257.69, closing in on a $260 level. The selects up $1.66 at $248.63. We widened that spread out to $9.06, and we moved 99 loads. Pretty good movement. Usually it's only around 65 to 70 loads. Pork cutouts for carcasses up $5.10. The loins up $1.21. The hams up $7.79. And the belly's up $14.18. Todd, these cutouts just continue to rocket higher. Is that also lending support to the futures?
Well, John, I take very little look at other outside factors when I look at the market itself, because I think when you look at the raw price action of the product you're watching, I think that becomes the most important. And I think what we've seen here is continued buying to step in every time there's been a pullback in the cattle markets or in the hog market. We've seen buyers step in and push them higher. And of course, hogs are exploding higher, you know, not so much today, but they're higher. But overall, I expect cattle to catch that move and continue. I liken this to the way the grains originally broke out 6 or 7 months ago. And I think we're going to get a very similar move here with a very big expansion in price. And, you know, the demand is going to really start to pick up here, which is going to be awesome. And I'm really excited about the action, the way it looks right now.
April live cattle up $1.10 at 121.17. June up $1.70, and the August is higher as well by over $1. Over in the feeder cattle market, April is up $2.85 at 146.72. May feeders up $2.40 and the August up $2.45. And like Todd was talking about, April hogs up $1.10 at 102.87. May up 87, and the June is up 47. You still feel pretty good about the economy so far?
Well, I mean, look, I honestly don't feel great about the economy because I think that we're well overextended with too much debt. However, you know, for what we have and where we are, I think everything is unbelievable. And I think we're going to be, again, the overwhelming desire to get out and get out to restaurants and get out to places to be and be around people is ever pent up. And I think that bodes for a very strong summer. Okay. And I think it'll carry through into the futures markets.
I like your optimism, Todd. Thanks a lot. Todd Horowitz, Bubba Trading. Christina, there's the latest from the market desk, ma'am. Back to you.